Here's my quick roundup of round 6 of the Tata Steel Tournament. First game, Aronian against Carlsen. Well, they've had some great battles in the past, but today was not one of them. Carlsen with black played the Chebanenko variation of the Slav, and, well, they followed a game that they played previously up to a certain point. Aronian tested a little bit, but not too much. There was a lot of respect shown in this game. And that's the position off to move 30 where they're about to liquidate even further. So, a draw. Next up, Giri against Nepomniachtchi. This was a Najdorf by Jan Nepomniachtchi, and, well, Giri played pretty solidly with G3. Not the most dangerous system, but somehow Nepomniachtchi overthought it, and he played slightly oddly, and in this position he overlooked a very simple tactic. Bishop takes h6, and when that's taken, queen g4 check, and hitting the knight as well. So Giri won a pawn, and that's a good pawn to win, because it means that white claims the f5 square, and he managed to convert the game. So, Giri with his first win of the tournament. Next up, Richard Rapport against Wei Yi. I'm going to show this one as my game of the day in its full glory, but let me just give you a little taste of it. This was the position after 27 moves. Rapport with the white pieces, Wei Yi with black. Wei Yi with his king staggering up the board. Another extraordinary game from the Hungarian. Wei Yi ended up winning. But yeah, as I said, do check out that game, my game of the day. Next up, Van Velde against Andreikin. The opening is worth looking at. This game finally ended in a draw. But check out Andreikin's opening. If you're looking for something that's pretty solid, but a little bit off the beaten track, how about a6? Now, don't worry, it's not so wacky, because actually black plays d5 in this position. Also, of course, you could play d5 first and then a6, but okay, d5 in this position. So it's a kind of Queen's Gambit where black threatens to take on c4 and get some kind of promising Queen's Gambit exchange, Queen's Gambit accepted. It leads into an exchange variation where black actually pushes forward on the king side with g5 and then knight h5. So it becomes complicated very quickly, and it was an incredibly complicated game. This is a Russian speciality. Andreikin ended up getting the best of the complications, but couldn't quite finish it off. Next game, Hare Krishna against Wojciech. For a long time, Hare Krishna was better for almost the entire game. They ended up ending with rook and 3 pawns against Wojciech's rook and knight. But Hare Krishna couldn't quite finish it off. That game ended as a draw. Adiban against Wesley So. Well, it looks like Adiban is enjoying being in the limelight. And today he played f4. And not only that, after pawn takes, instead of knight f3, he played the bishop's opening, bishop's gambit, bishop c4. Very old indeed. Wesley reacted with d5, and, well, actually, Adiban got a reasonable position out of the opening, perhaps a little advantage, but couldn't make anything of it. But it just shows that often these elite players, they're not used to, these openings that have been rather marginalised by chess theory. Good for a one-off, bishop c4, if nothing else. So that game ended in a draw. And finally, Ulyanov Karyakin. Well, this was a Berlin d3, a very tight game, very closed game. And you can see that's the position after move 35, where they're repeating moves. Neither player either are able to really break through in this game. So decisive results today for Giri. He won. and Wei Yi won as well. The rest of the games were drawn, which leaves Wesley So still out in front with 4.5, then Carlsen and Ulyanov on 4 points, and then Aronian, Giri and Wei Yi on 3.5. So the pack is tight, is closing a little bit. In round 7, the big games, Wesley So plays Pavel Ulyanov, and it's nice to see a grudge match. Magnus Carlsen plays against Anish Giri.